horses. I said it's 700 horses when we fixing to leave.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid can't even take their kids. Enough of them.
That was very corny. Like, it is 2026. Them basic
Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still with him.
You saw Jay-Z talk about you at the Roots picnic?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw his little joke to me, his little diss. He dissing me at the Roots picnic.
Yeah.
Roots, slavery. Jay-Z used to sell coke to the slaves. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. Come on now. I didn't make the song cry, you did, Jay. Don't blame Quest for that. And then he debuted his new look. He done combed the wig out. The girl on press talking about, oh, I combed this locks out weeks ago.
She tripping. I don't even really listen to Jaguar White. She just be talking. I think that she part of the business. I think she did some stuff in the business. But at the end of the day, I don't think half of the stuff that she said was true. But that Jay-Z diss was bad. It was bad. I didn't like it. That little freestyle and the hair, man. Jay tried to be this cultural icon. That's cool. He was what he was for what it was. Jay, sometimes it's time to sit down, my boy. Time to sit down, my boy.
I used to like that's a wig.
I'm gonna say this. Y'all call Jaguar White crazy, but as time progresses, she looks more and more right. Looks more and more right. Now, if you know anything, Jaguar White has been calling out Jay-Z for a lot of the hypocritical things that he's been doing, how he's been blocking people, becoming a gatekeeper in the music industry, and all these different things, right? She called him so many different things, right? Looks like it may be the truth.
So, Jay-Z was the headliner at the Roots picnic in Philadelphia, where he delivered what they're calling a freestyle, pre-written bars. He spent 4 minutes aiming at Kanye West, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Dame Dash, and Jaguar Wright. On Nicki, he mentioned her child. Folks are saying he took shots aiming at some sort of delayed development or disability.
Stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid can't even take their kids. Enough of them.
And I thought that was crazy to be bringing up people's kids, their alleged disabilities and delays, when his own twins are clearly delayed. Both of them. Like, that's crazy. When did it become cool to pick on kids anyway? And sensitive issues like that when you're beefing with people. I don't care who it is. It's out of order, period. But here's what's funny. This performance didn't make people talk about him as a billionaire, on a higher level and better than everybody else, older than everybody else, more mature than everybody else. Instead, it did the opposite. It had a lot of people calling him grandpa, telling him to go to bed somewhere, just completely dismissing him, and then others started connecting dots. Not long ago in an interview, he said something about battling not needing to be a part of the culture anymore, said it was going too far, then walked out and did exactly that. Clearly a hypocrite, but that's not his first time. Remember, he's supposed to be the Black Power guy, but when Colin Kaepernick jeopardized his whole career for Black people, it was Jay-Z that took the bag from Roger Goodell and the NFL and told Black people.
He took the money after he told Kaepernick not to. You can't trust Jay-Z. But Dame Dash been saying that. Dame Dash been telling you guys, this dude is not real. Good music, man. Made a lot of good hits. Sound like Biggie. But he had his hits. Now he turn around like he the voice of Black people, man. Dude been a sellout, been doing what he been doing, making everybody feel like, you know, he the answer. He the one that make it happen. Anytime something go on, he want people to shut up. Hey, man, I don't know. I used to be a Jay-Z fan, but he changed so much over the years. He a different person. But you always heard things about Jay-Z. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Oh, we're not kneeling anymore. He's been a snake. He's been a hypocrite. He's been a traitor. He's been a sellout since back in the day with Rockefeller and Lior. Then he tried to make Dame look crazy for years, along with the bought and paid for media like The Breakfast Club. They've been trying to make people like Dame look crazy when he's been speaking the truth the whole time. And after years and years of this, it's not surprising that karma is starting to catch up with the Jigga Man. The casino deal in Times Square denied, the NFL partnership getting scrutinized, the Rock Nation school under investigation, the Diddy and Epstein Association still lingering. And it's been a bunch of reports going around in the last year about his financial...
It's mighty funny how he keep distancing himself from all that stuff, though. He was Diddy's best friend. I don't know about best friend, but he did a lot of hanging out with Diddy. So, you know, they say birds of a feather flock together.
That's keeping his wife touring all the time. Even had to get out there and put their daughter to work. And while he's obviously taking a dive, conveniently he's back on stage, reuniting with Beanie Siegel and Freeway, artists he had needed in years. Suddenly pulling everybody back together. For the longest, Jay-Z positioned himself as the Negro who sat by the door. Come to find out, he was just in the house the whole time. Sorry, Jay, but for the longest, he's been trying to convince us that he was a Phil Negro when he was just cosplaying. Just like he had on that Eazy-E costume on stage, cosplaying as a Southern California guy from the late 80s. But yeah, he got up there with his costume on, and it's safe to say a lot of people are not impressed.
So Jay-Z does a pop-out concert with The Roots, and this dude is getting fried for his horrible little freestyle that he did. And I'm like, look, 15 years ago, that would have been hot, maybe even 10. But now, first and foremost, that just sounds dated. Secondly, we don't care about none of that stuff that you got going on in that freestyle. We want to know what's going on with you and all the Steinbergs. What's going on with you and Harvey Weinstein? What's going on with you and the Epstein guy, because you are in them files? What's going on with you and Jared Kushner, who you recently had a luncheon with? We don't care about none of that stuff, bro. Younger millennials ain't falling for it. Gen Z certainly ain't falling for it.
Jay-Z, that shit was that freestyle that you did, or that rap that you did on the stage to diss whoever you were dissing was so... Not only that, you're not addressing the actual problem at hand. People know that you're involved with the Epstein and the elites and the billionaires. And there's hella evidence on you doing that. So how about you address that instead of getting on stage talking about some dumb that nobody want to talk about and dropping the ass freestyle? Like, it was so corny.
It was bad.
I heard Jay-Z's freestyle, and I just want to say, I hope that this year these rappers make music for their fans, because I kind of feel like that's why people got so much time to Drake hate, because y'all not dropping music. They don't have nothing to do, so they're just like so concentrating on hating Drake because y'all haven't dropped nothing. Drop some music for your fans.
No music.
Because I'm tired of them complaining about my favorite rapper. Please drop some music for your fans. Let's focus on that this year.
My next update, the jig is up. Got up 10, wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again.
Yo, we done with the 90s, bro. What is he talking about? First of all, whose afro is that on his head? Because I know it's not his. Second of all, how is he saying he's up 10 on any chart? He's not up on the billboards. You're not up on Forbes, especially not by 10. So how can you even be saying you up 10 on anybody, especially Drake?
You gotta look up again. Look up the Hove. I never looked up to them.
Saying he doesn't look up to anybody, but he was the same artist who joined forces with Ye to make a collab album because he was scared of Drake. Yes, that's a fact. Him and Ye heard that Drake and Wayne were coming out with a collab album, and they hurried up and put out Watch the Throne because they knew Drake was coming for that spot.
We will be able to make the music that we make. Me and Hove would have never made Watch the Throne.
Literally, that's why they called it Watch the Throne.
You know, it's crazy because Jay-Z always tried to collaborate with people to keep himself relevant. He always did that. And then he pushed his bravado as like he one of the best. He'll never be Biggie or Pac. I know I'm old. I'm dating myself. Don't worry about it. But he had his moment. I give him that. But this was a mess.
You're publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. Is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded.
got you publishing, go talk. First of all, Drake has said many times he owns his masters, bro. He said it in multiple tracks. In a track at you, at that, where he said blowing past your owning masters. Second of all, Jay-Z, you are the crack. You have joined forces with the white people numerous times. You joined them when you backdoored Colin Kaepernick and said we're past kneeling. You joined them when you backdoored the entire Brooklyn to usher in the Barclays Center that destroyed the entire Brooklyn neighborhood. You joined them when you was trying to get a casino bid and went to dinner with Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner just so you could get a casino that you said would help black and brown people. It was only gonna help yourself, Jay-Z. We done with the 90s. We done with all the pandering, bro. The jig is up. We're done.
Look, at the end of the day, it's very easy to just speak on the most recent situation because that's what we see going on right now with Drake's recent domination of the Billboard charts, breaking crazy records, dominating every streaming platform that's out. I mean, making history. Top 3 albums all at once. And 12 albums on the chart all at one time. 42 of 43 of his songs that he just released all made it on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, something that never happened before. He surpassed Jay-Z's record, the most #1 albums, surpassed Michael Jackson's most #1 hit records. These records from male solo artists. And that Michael Jackson record is huge. He held that record for over 30 years. I mean, I can go on and on with his latest performance. The numbers don't lie. First artist with over 400 Hot 100s. That's never been done before either. And he did all of this without support from the label because he's still beefing with this guy here, Lucien. But look, it's easy to speak on this right now because Drake is literally all you're hearing about. Last year, the report was hip-hop was dying. And now in his current moment, Drake brought it all back in one weekend. Even getting Jay-Z to come out. Word is he may be dropping his first solo in nearly a decade. But speaking of roots, the root of all this is jealousy and envy. And it didn't just start 2 years ago. It didn't start with Nicki Minaj. It didn't start with Drake or even Wayne. No, they all inherited a beef that nobody is talking about between Birdman, Slim, and Jay-Z. Now, that's a whole different lesson. Really, a deep dive is needed for you to connect the dots between Jay-Z, Roc Nation, Kanye West, The Breakfast Club, and all the other Roc Nation connected media, Dame Dash, and the whole Cash Money. Jealousy that goes back decades before Drake was even around. Years ago, Kanye came out and admitted him and Jay-Z, they did that joint album because they heard Wayne and Drake was going to do a joint album. And it was this huge competition going on. That's what motivated them. But what I'm saying is, the envy entered the room before Kanye, before Wayne, before Drake. I'm talking about when Jay-Z started coming down south, seeing how they had things popping in Atlanta, how they had things popping in Houston, how Baby Slim and the Hot Boys had everybody talking about Cash Money as an army. Better yet,
he jumped on everybody's stuff. That's why Pimp C didn't want to do nothing with him. Pimp didn't trust him. Pimp didn't trust him. Pimp did the song just because he said he gonna give him the countryest lyrics, the 8 bars he can give. Jay-Z always played the game. Ain't nothing wrong with playing the game. He won by playing the game, but he always kept that veil over your eyes, man. He jumped on stuff before it actually came to him. Man, that's crazy.
Cash Money Records going on to sell over 1 billion units worldwide. Biggest hip-hop label ever. Larger numbers than Def Jam. But nobody's going to talk about that either. The most successful independent distribution deal model. And the industry, the world like to play stupid like they don't know. And we know why they do that. If you want to talk about erasing history. But that's a different story. Jay-Z, he's been trying to get that energy that he believed was old to him because he's from Brooklyn. And when Biggie died, he was supposed to be the one to take over the throne. But DMX, Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Nas, all these other guys got in his way. But I have to say, what he's done successfully was use his wife pop star credentials and her superstar power to really place him on another level where now 30 years later, they're rewriting history, thinking people don't remember how it all went down because most people don't, but I digress.
Because people
Let's
forget.
go ahead and get the conversation started.
Yeah, they trying to rewrite history because people forget. But if you pay attention, Jay-Z is making the same play. He hating on Drake, trying to come out and start attacking people, making people feel like, oh, he's still the king. Not the king. My partner, I got a partner right now, and he never liked Jay-Z. Even when we was like, man, Jay-Z be eating, he be eating. But over the years, we heard more and more about Jay-Z and who he was as a person. And if you listen to Dame Dash Ben told you this. He did his own partner dirty. He did all his partners dirty. That's just the person he is, man. But that's all I got to say today, man. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back. We got more for you because this is how we do it on Just My Opinion. Let's go.